Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And Janine.
And this is our last episode of the year, our 20th episode for 2020.
Whoop, whoop.
And I just turned 20 years old, so it's really a big milestone for the Half a Nice Day crew.
He's about to turn 30, so that's a big lie.
Age is just a number, guys.
Can we
Don't
cheers
let
to that, though? Can we cheers our coffee to that?
Shall I propose a toast?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Oh, too many things. Okay.
Clink. That's coffee with oat milk, by the way. And we're having it at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's a long week, actually.
Yeah.
The holidays were upon us.
Yeah.
And are still upon us because we still have the New Year's weekend to come in.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. We've been busy, guys. This episode was supposed to air on a Sunday morning, which is our usual rollout of our episodes. But this time around, we just had to take some time to spend with family. And Josh had to work today. I am on leave, so I'm fine. But, you know, we have to prioritize our career.
Yeah, and I'm the breadwinner of this crew.
For now, because I'm
Who
jobless.
paid for this expensive setup? Janine. She wears the pants in this relationship. Which you can now say because of the last week's episode. I hope you watched it and enjoyed it. And please do share whatever feedback that you have for us, guys.
Yeah, first of all, guys, actually, we just want to thank you all for the warm welcome we've received. A lot of comments, a lot of subscribers. Well, to me, a lot already.
Yeah, I'm expecting that plaque to come in anytime now, guys. Whenever you're ready, you know, YouTube, whenever you see that we hit that number, please, I'll give you my address.
But really, in all seriousness, thank you so much. We're just so thankful that even if we've launched our YouTube platform, we still have our listeners listening on our podcast platforms. And so now we have two audiences.
Yeah,
so
we do actually.
The video audience, and we have our podcast listeners. And some actually just cross through the listening and the watching. So really, guys.
Yeah, like I know people who listen first and then watch the video or vice versa.
Yes.
And whatever you prefer, guys, whatever mode of communication, not communication, like whatever you prefer listening, however you want to take in this podcast is up to you. If you want to listen, you want to drive and watch the video, please do that.
Yeah. But just don't drink and drive.
Yeah. So you can watch our podcast and drive on Sheikh Zayed Road at 120, but don't drink and drive.
Exactly.
That's our rule.
Or whichever road you're from, because our listeners are all over the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just Dubai. But
we're global.
Also, I wanted to say congratulations to Joshua because, guys, he just performed at the World Trade Center. And that's quite a big thing. Not a lot of people can say that they've performed at the World Trade Center.
It is a very big thing, and I'm gonna take that with me until my days.
You're gonna brag that to your future grandkids?
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's a big milestone, I must say. It was, I think, the biggest show I ever did. More or less 500 people. Yeah.
And it was live on TikTok as well.
So I'm a TikToker, guys. I'm a 13-year-old girl dancing in her spaghetti strap.
It's not a good visual to keep in mind.
You can imagine it, guys.
No. Yeah, so congratulations.
Thank you.
He did really well. So the show was on Christmas Day, Christmas evening.
Yeah.
Along with how many other comedians?
There were 20 of us, and I was second, so there was a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
And it was a relatively new set.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but to say the least, I think I did well.
You did well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gang.
I'm not posting
Did I just
any
say
videos.
gang?
Yes.
Oh, I hate you. It's getting to me.
Get your identity right. First, you quote Theo Von, and then now you're wearing a Harry Potter sweater. So I really don't know what's going on with you.
Nothing is going on. Like, I always rock either Harry Potter or a Game of Thrones something. Okay, so
that's really cool, man. Please let me know when you hit puberty.
It says someone who is pretending to be a 13-year-old TikToker who wears spaghetti straps. Very specific, by the way.
That's how I get those 2.3 million views.
Anyway, we will move on to the main subject of this episode. Since it's our last episode for the year, we wanted to talk about how we kickstart our year. And we wanted to share that to you guys in case, by any chance you'd love to take our advice.
Yeah, this is just something which I think we're just going to free ball and talk about.
Yeah.
And see what they have to say, or see if they want to take something and digest it and see if they can try to incorporate it in their lives.
Yes. So some of it we've already tried, during the past years. I've started planning my year ahead, I think 3 or 4 years back, where, I start writing down my goals and all that. And we'll talk about it later on. But I started that 3 to 4 years ago. And every year I add something onto it.
Okay.
So
you carry it forward then every year.
And I add something else to it. So that's what we're going to be talking about now. So some I've already tried and some I'm going to start as well with you guys for next year, for 2021.
Yeah, because 2020 was a very weird year for everyone.
Yeah.
Some people must have liked it. Some people must have hated it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of you made resolutions at the beginning of the year, but you couldn't go through with it. So maybe this is a chance for you to start over, because we have learned to live in a pandemic. So we're just trying to maybe use whatever's there available to us, and then try to just live with it, with the coronavirus around us.
Yeah. It is tough. 2020 is, or still is, a tough year for a lot of people. But, with the new year, when you ring in the new year, I think what comes with it is also that boost of it's a new year.
New year, new me.
Exactly. And to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. When you want to start afresh within the new year, I think it's actually a really good moment to kickstart your year and say, you know what? I want to start afresh. I want to start again. I want to start, doing something and achieving my goals. And if you're motivated by that, because a lot of people are, a lot of people are already doing that and on that direction, there's nothing wrong with jumping on that train. Because there are a lot of, memes that say, oh, new year, new me, or
new hair, don't care.
Yeah, but you know what? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, and then there's that whole concept where they say oh, the gyms are going to be full for the first 2 weeks, and then suddenly it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
But it really depends on you guys at the end of the day. If you're motivated from January 1, or if you're motivated from, what's today's date? I cannot see it. What is this laptop we have? Can you get a new one? Can you get a Windows laptop?
It is December 27th.
Yeah, so if you feel motivated by the time this episode comes up, then start.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way to go about how you're going to initiate a new thing in your life.
Yeah, when motivation hits, take that moment and just go with it, because it's not there all the time.
Yeah.
Trust me. I've been in a rut the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months. Motivation is gone. And if it's there, take it and just go with it.
Just run with it, because you're like that 5-second rule, but it applies. The moment you start feeling maybe a small inclination to something, and you're just do it within 5 seconds.
A small glimmer of light. Just take it.
Yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel. Just run towards it, right?
Not all the time.
Not that kind.
Just go for it. So, we'll start with, the basics. So, writing down goals for the year. And when I talk about goals, I used to write goals which are cray-cray.
Give me one.
I wanted to learn 3 languages.
Okay, so
within a year.
You're still learning English, so good luck. Good luck with that, ma'am.
That to me is not an achievable goal, because learning a language already takes time.
See, learning a language, especially now at your age, I think it'll be harder.
It's difficult
because we don't converse in that language, especially in the UAE, where everyone says Arabic is the key language. But
true,
agree.
Course, but everyone speaks English.
Malayalam.
So when
Hindi,
when we say talk or Tagalog.
Yeah, or Tagalog, yeah.
When we say write down goals, let's try to be a little bit more kinder to ourselves and let that goal be achievable.
Yeah.
So something that you can actually achieve and
A realistic goal.
A realistic
Yeah.
goal. Yeah. Like learning 3 languages in a year. I was shooting for. No,
Yeah, that's ambitious.
Yeah, that's exactly.
No, okay, maybe it is possible to do for some people.
It is.
But knowing your schedule, knowing your other things that you have going on, yeah.
You hit the nail.
Yeah.
What is it? You hit the nail on the head. On the head?
You hit the nail.
You hit the
on
nail.
its head.
Exactly. Anyway,
Yeah.
on point.
Okay.
And that's why it wasn't achievable for me. If you look at it, let's say you want to learn 3 languages within the year, great, perfect, that's achievable. But then I had so much more that I wanted to achieve within the year. So juggling all of those together was not achievable. So look at it to a point where if you're writing down your goals, make sure that you can do them all together at the same time. Or like what I do is that I club them into little bullet points together and then put them on a timeline. So, for example, for the first quarter, I want to make sure that I achieve this, this, and this. Or just one goal. Mm-hmm. Stick to one goal for that quarter. And then the next quarter, I want to be achieving this or this. Or it can be a long-term goal, but then try to break it down into pieces. So, for example, if you want to lose weight and for the year, you want to lose, 10 pounds. Again,
pounds?
Let's be, okay, fine. 5 kgs.
Okay.
Let's be realistic, guys, okay? I don't think losing 50 kgs, again, depends on where your starting point is, 50 kgs in a year, I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
So try to pace yourself as well and be kind to yourself to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself as well within, Feb, March when you don't see any results to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So pace it out, put them into a timeline. You can do it per quarter, and that will be a little bit more achievable for you to maintain.
So when you say timeline, like let's say my goal for the year 2020 is to get a 6-pack. I'm just throwing it out there so I'm accountable to everyone. Might be a goal of mine. I don't know. But so let's say first quarter of the year, I should have my body fat at this percentage.
Yeah.
Is it like that? And then slowly work towards it as an end goal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's some people like me who, easiest way to put it is I'm Filipino and I'm Indian. So rice is my staple.
Yeah.
So I have to go on a low carb diet, which I know is almost impossible for me. Or keto at least.
Not everyone though. You can still have abs and a high carb diet, guys.
No, but
just
my
saying.
carb is like breakfast, lunch, dinner, I eat rice.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's a low carb diet just because you're removing rice out of it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
No, but I think I understand what you said when you have to just pace it out and be realistic. Sometimes we are actually too ambitious. I'll say I'll get a 6-pack by March.
Yeah.
But I don't know the struggle and the work I have to put in to actually make that happen.
Yeah.
If I have a lot of free time on my hands, like let's say I'm unemployed, if I maybe was single or something like that, then yeah, I would have all that luxury of time and actually.
Do you mean I'm feeding you so much? Is that what
Janine's
you're
a good
implying?
cook, so I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, but you're right. You're right. Like having a 6-pack abs within 3 months is achievable. Okay, but you need a lot of time in your hands.
Yeah, be honest with yourself.
You probably need to like do a cardio session a day and pump it out with strength training, and then the next day have like an hour session of something as well. So you need to be very consistent with it. It is achievable within 3 months. Again, depends on where your starting point is.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So you're right. Like break it down into pieces, and that's where we move on to the next point that we have, is that when you break it, like when you set your goal, you need to make sure what is your whys into those goals. Like, why am I doing this goal? For example, let's stick to the losing weight because
it's the most common resolution everyone makes when they enter the new year. So
exactly, and you're right. It's like the number one goal. Let's stick to that as our example. So if you want to lose weight, why do you want to lose weight? Is it because you want to become more healthy? Is it because you want to make sure that you're able to run around with your kid when he or she runs around without panting, without like losing your breath? Or you just want to make sure that you are able to join your friends when they go out for a jog in the morning or run a marathon,
or when they remove their shirts at the beach.
Exactly.
Or if you want a better Tinder picture. Yeah, it depends. It really depends on what is your core value.
I like
and
that.
what.
Because fitness can also be aesthetic goals. Like, let's not put people to shame when they want to lose weight because they want to look good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always about the health part to it. That is great. Like, if your goal is to get back to the gym and lose weight, or not even just lose weight, just try to eat healthier, that's good. But then if people really want to, you know, eat healthy and lose weight because they want to look sexy, they want to look leaner.
If they want to look good naked, that's up to their choice. That's their choice at the end of the day.
That's a why into your goal, you know?
Exactly.
Like, you want to feel more confident in your body. That's a why to your goal. So it's good to break down the whys as well, because that reminds you why you're doing this whole thing, this whole process. Because let's face it is a process to achieve a goal. It doesn't just happen in, you know, a second.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're breaking it down into a timeline. And when you break it down into a timeline and write down your whys, it helps your brain understand that, okay, I'm achieving it by X amount of time. And these are my whys as to why I want to achieve that. And it will help you in times when you don't feel motivated, and when you feel down, and when you feel, why am I doing this again?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we ask that question to ourselves.
Yeah, we're like, why am I in this journey? But also at the same time, asking the whys, I think also reinforces that this is their own goal. Like, there could be a day like when I'm always like with all my friends and they're all like, maybe all have 6-packs, and I'm like, I'm the only one who doesn't have a 6-pack. But is it really my goal to actually have a 6-pack? So it comes back to you that this is my goal. This is not me just trying to please everyone. I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could also work in that favor.
Yeah, because sometimes we forget along the way why we're doing things.
Yeah, peer pressure always comes in and then tries to take you off your journey. Or
yeah, our minds can be tricky from time to time. It can like sway us into the wrong direction, and it's good to have the basics laid down so that you can always go back to it. And one thing that I do is that from time to time I actually look back into my goals within the year so that I can remind myself and get myself on that track, back on the track, when I feel like, you know, I'm going left or right. So one of the things that I do is actually either I post it on, so I have like a study in my room. In the desk, I have this pegboard, and I either put it there or put it somewhere.
Is it your vision board?
You can call it a vision board, or you can call it like a picture board, because I put a lot of like memorable pictures in there. But I do have like a note that has, you know, my goals listed down on it. Or another thing is that you can put it on your bathroom mirror, so that whenever you brush your teeth, whenever you get ready in the morning, anywhere that is easy for you to look at and read when you need a reminder.
Like in the most common places where you spend most of the time in your house.
Exactly.
So like if I feel like, oh, I need to eat a donut, so on top of the donut box, but I like keep a post-it saying, are you sure, dude?
Do not eat it. First of all, don't bring a donut into your house if you don't want to eat it.
Maybe if you have a family, then
yeah, from time to time,
it,
but not like every day as a snack, right? Another thing as well to do is not only go into the whys, but go into the hows.
Okay.
So once you've listed down your whys as to this is my goal, this is my why, now you go into how do I do it? How do I get to it?
Right.
And this is why, again, we're breaking it down into a timeline, because you're like, okay, the first quarter, this is what I'm going to do to achieve my goal. So first, sign up to a gym if you haven't signed up for a gym. And the good thing is, I think here in Dubai, in January or before the end of the year, a lot of the gyms have discounts or packages and deals saying, join now and get XX amount for either free or get a bundle or whatever, because again, it's a marketing thing.
Yeah, like in November you start seeing these sales like pay now, start now, and start only paying from January onwards, so you can start now.
Yeah.
But like our whatever we say is very easy though, like easier said than done.
Yeah.
And we're just giving the example of losing weight, but it could be really anything. Like if you want financial freedom, first step to do is maybe get out of debt first of all. Pay all your credit card bills. And if you know you're the kind of person who like splurges and uses the credit card even if you have no money, then that should also be the first sign. Like, wait, my first thing to do is get rid of my credit cards.
Yeah.
So like you should also like going back to what we said, we should just analyze ourselves and be really honest, even if it may hurt, but it's a step in the right direction.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, get into the whys and then get into the hows as well. Once you write down all of your goals, and again, let's be achievable with it. I used to write a lot of goals, like 10 goals, even more. Some of them are small goals, some of them are big goals. So if you have bigger goals, try to stick to like 3, I would say, for the year. And then if you have those big goals, you can then break them down into smaller achievable goals for the timeline that you have, either by quarter, by month, or whatever. Do your whys and hows. Once that's done, within the year, once the year starts, it would be nice to do a review. So you know that you are in track, that you are on track. So quarter 1, you sit down, you look at your list and you're like, okay, these are my goals. Have I achieved this, this, and this? Where am I at? How am I doing? Do like a self-check, like a reality check. This is where I'm at. So is it achievable enough for quarter 2 for me to do these goals that I've listed down?
Like to continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do I have to, step back a bit and relax a bit and do this? I mean, the pandemic just brought a surprise into our lives that we never knew would come. So it's good for you to actually do a reality check. Is my goals actually, are they still in track, or are they still in line with what's happening?
Yeah, like
in
with
my
the
life?
current environment I'm in,
Exactly.
can I still proceed with what I have planned for myself?
Yeah. Because it doesn't mean that you've listed down all of your goals at the beginning that you cannot introduce new goals into your...
Like a new year is also like basically a new day.
Yeah.
So like if this week you realized, okay, my goal was I should read more and I had a goal of reading 1 book in a month.
Yeah.
Then come second quarter and you realized, oh, I've only read a book in 2 months.
Oh, hello, neighbors.
Hello, kids. I'm not reading a bedtime story. No, but that's like that. So like then you realize, okay, so my goal was to read a book a month, and then I realized I can't even do that.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 book in 2 months. So then you can start adjusting it. Don't feel so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourself, sorry. And then you can just take it from there, twitch it up a little bit, and then continue on. If that's still your goal though.
Yeah.
When you start analyzing yourself.
Exactly. So when you review them, you can omit a goal that you feel does not apply to the current situation, the current life that you're living, because again, it really depends. For example, you're going into the year as a single woman or a man and you have these goals, and then suddenly you meet someone. So it might change, Or for example, you go into the year with without a job or with a job, and then that changes.
Yeah.
So
you must relocate, or you must change your discipline of whatever you're studying. So it can always change. That's another thing which I think everyone needs to learn, that sometimes things are out of our control and our situation, and the only way to move forward is just to adapt instead of just running around in circles or still dwelling in the past and like what if. Like no, overcome it and adapt and continue your path, man.
Yeah. Agreed. If there's anything that, again, 2020 taught us to be, is to be flexible.
Right?
Because,
yeah.
Things happen, and really unfortunate things happen along with positive things happen as well. But what we need to understand in life is that what is that called? Nothing in this world is permanent except change.
Yeah.
There you go. So change is inevitable. We just have to roll with it. It is difficult. It is challenging, but that's life.
Yeah, complaining won't get a lot
Yeah.
of work done. So
You can complain, you can like rant it out, but you can't just do that.
yeah.
Rant it out, and then the next day,
Yeah, speak to your therapist or write it down in your...
start omitting and adding to your goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just adapt and overcome.
Back on track, guys. Yeah.
Eye on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Eye of the tiger. Song stuck in my head since yesterday for some reason.
I have the tiger.
Yeah.
Because of the picture that I showed you.
The meme that you showed me.
It is the meme, actually. Okay, so once you're done with your goals, that's it. Another thing that I think would be great going into 2021 or going into any new year is to clear your clutter. And I am a hoarder. I feel like this is an AA meeting.
Just look at the back. All this
Hello,
Harry Potter
Janine.
stuff.
Come on,
That you
there's
can get
just,
rid
I'm
of.
sorry, there's just, where's my finger? There's just one box of Harry Potter books along with a wand and these like pop.
A wand?
Yeah, it's Luna Lovegood's wand.
Are those Harry Potter glasses?
Yeah. They were like 3D glasses when I watched a Harry Potter movie years and years back and I kept it. See?
Holy Moses.
See, this is why I'm a hoarder. Exhibit A.
Yeah,
Those
man.
glasses were from like probably 7 years ago.
You know, there's like 10D right now, right? And this is like a 3D glasses.
But they look good and they fit my theme of Harry Potter, okay? Don't judge me.
So that's also up to you, right? You know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do without what you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also up to you at the end. But then learn
But clean your Harry Potter box.
But get rid of that nonsense.
It's not nonsense, okay? So, going back to the point, clear your clutter. Try to let go of things that you don't need. Try to let go of clothes that you don't need. Try to let go of things that you haven't touched in the last 6 months, y'all.
Yeah, do a spring cleaning in Jan.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
It would be great to start the new year fresh, with less things that you actually don't need. You know, declutter as much as you can, even your kitchen, your pantry, whatever.
Yeah, throw that pan away which has all that Teflon removed and like your egg gets stuck on it. And it's like, what is that for? They have to spray a whole bottle of what is that called? Jif?
Yeah.
Just to remove that piece of egg which has been there for like 10 years now.
Yeah, but it actually feels great and feels when you're done decluttering, you're like, I accomplished something.
And when you declutter, don't use that as an opportunity to get new stuff, guys. Like, understand what you need when what you don't need. And there's a lot of things you can substitute for that particular item.
Yeah.
The pan can also be used to make fried rice and fry your egg and also boil water, whatever. Just try to improvise with something.
And I guess another good thing is when there's something that you don't use, but it's still usable, like someone can still benefit out of it, give it to someone who you think would actually need that certain thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what I said. Yeah, this Christmas, I gave... My gifts were everything that I don't use anymore, which are still usable. So I didn't have to spend a lot for Christmas gifts.
Is this why you gave me some hoodies?
Yeah. This is why I gave you a shoelace.
Because you don't need it anymore.
I don't need this.
Yeah. And also, guys, when we talk about cleaning your clutter, it doesn't only have to be things or physical things. So when we talk about cleaning your clutter, it can also be a digital clutter or your digital space. So, for example, your computer, your desktop, which has all of those small icons like just everywhere. Clear that up, y'all.
Yeah, move it to the recycle bin. Why do you have your passport copy on your desktop?
Organize them, like put them into folders or delete apps that you don't need on your phone. If there are, again, apps that you don't need, apps that you don't use, and they're just taking up space,
Yeah.
just delete them.
Because you get overwhelmed. Like, I just wanted to open TikTok, let's say, and then like, I have to go through Facebook, Instagram.
I feel like someone's gonna start a TikTok
never
account soon.
ever.
Don't say
over
never.
my dead body.
Don't say never, because I feel like in the next few weeks you're gonna launch your TikTok account.
Never.
Guys, watch this space and mark my words. I am sure that someone will be launching his TikTok account soon.
If I do, you guys can follow me though. I'm leaving it as an open profile.
So now you're asking them to follow you.
Follow me, guys. You won't be disappointed, or you will be disappointed.
I think
either
they will
or.
be.
Yeah.
I think they will be. But speaking of social media, TikTok or Instagram or whatever, or following each other, you can also declutter your social media accounts.
Okay.
If there's something that you feel like, if there's a social media platform that you feel that you've been using a lot during, the last few weeks, the last few months, and they can go back to our social media episode to learn more
we
about
spoke
that.
about this before, right?
We gave tips on that. But anyway, I digress. Try to delete that app for the time being. Start the year with a more decluttered mind.
Yeah.
Because social media can clutter our brains as well. And when I say social media and declutter your social media, I'm not just talking about the apps itself, but also people. If they're toxic people you follow, unfollow them.
Yeah, stop following those only fangirls and suicide girls and all those bikini models. You'll just feel worse about yourself or something.
Well, yeah, it really depends. If there are even friends or acquaintances who you were just obliged to follow.
Or you met once or something. Or even if you never met them, but they're a friend of a friend and you feel that, oh, I should follow this person.
Yeah.
But like something I want to add to that as well is like my best friend Gio.
Mm-hmm.
He uninstalled his Instagram, but his account is still active. So what he does is he just uses it on his web browser.
Yeah. That's really smart.
That's a really smart thing to do because, it's not as pleasing to the eyes as well when it comes to using a browser, especially on your mobile phone, especially on an Apple phone.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So it's okay, instead of using the Instagram, so it's like it gets boring after some time.
That's really smart.
And then if you want to go back, you have to refresh the page, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
because
it's like
the
that.
UX is not like the same as an app.
Yeah, so just maybe if you feel that you are spending too much time on your Facebook or on your Instagram, uninstall the app, take it slow, because I feel cold turkey sometimes doesn't work well for everyone. So if you really can't deactivate I was going to say Tinder. Deactivate your Instagram. Use it on the browser. There is also a browser version, guys, of Tinder. So if you feel like you're swiping too much.
How do you know so much about Tinder? You're like the master of Tinder.
Yeah. I'll do an episode, guys, a solo podcast, just how to get girls on Tinder.
No.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
Or DM me personally for that.
Not going to happen. Tinder wasn't the only reason why we met, okay?
Yeah, it's my
charm.
Humor.
Okay.
Both of them. Yeah.
So, declutter.
Yeah.
Both physical things and your digital space. So, your computer, mobile, even your hard drives if you want to delete
your
whatever.
e-book readers as well.
Yeah.
All the books which you said, I'm going to read this time, but you never do.
Yeah, but if you paid for it, don't remove it.
No, you obviously downloaded it illegally as most people do. I don't do it, guys. I'm an honest human being.
I don't think a lot of people do that. And speaking of delete, actually you can do that with your photos and your galleries as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of us take selfies. And when we take selfies, it's not just one. When we take pictures of other people, it's not just one. You take a bunch of pictures and sometimes you forget to delete, the repeated pictures. And there's actually an app for that.
Is there?
To help you, so the app scrapes your gallery and looks at repetitive images and picks out the best one. I'm not sure how, but there's an algorithm for it. And there's a lot of apps, but one of them is called Remo. Remo.
Yeah, so you guys can check it because we're sponsored by them.
No, we're not.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Imagine if our first sponsor is a photo duplication removing app. We made it in the podcasting biz. Not Skillshare, not for hims. It's
hello Skillshare.
Use the code HAND to get 50% off of your first purchase.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pitch that in, guys. When we get our plaque.
Yes.
For the many subscribers that we have.
COVID delays, so it's lost in transit. Yeah.
Smart. So find apps that actually help you declutter.
Yeah.
your digital space.
But before we go, I just very quick, because I really found a very big benefit in unfollowing people. Especially people like who you feel jealous of. Like, let's say, oh, this guy has a Lamborghini. We went to the same school together. And you start feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah, you start comparing.
Yeah, which is okay to do as well. But if you're someone who's like really petty about all these things and you feel really, not insulted, but like you feel really weird about it, then I suggest that's a good step to take in the right direction before you move on. Because it, in a way that you remove it from your feed, so it's like censored in a way, and
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So try it, guys. If you follow a lot of, like, especially me, because I'm gonna be honest, I was following a lot of girls on Instagram, like long time ago, and this is like when I was following, like, let's say 2,000 people, not all 2,000 girls.
So you were jealous of the girls.
I was jealous because I couldn't wear a bikini as well as they did. No, but it really helped. You bring down your addiction to some extent, and then that's when I went on my full social media cleanse.
Yeah. So
baby steps. If you can do it cold turkey, by all means go for it. But if you need take steps, like how we said in when Janine said on the path of how and why, then you can start assessing it and then gradually do it. Yeah.
Agreed. Because there's two ways of looking at it. You can either be inspired by that person, or you can be envious of that person. And if you're, the latter, try to remove those people that you follow for the time being. And when you feel that you're okay and it's more of an inspiration and it's more of a positive outcome to what you've done, then go ahead and refollow them or whatever.
Yeah. But still follow us, guys, please. Don't unfollow Half a Nice Day.
Hopefully we inspire you rather than make you feel bad about anything in your life, Yeah. That's the goal here, to bring smiles to people and bring positive vibes to them.
Unless you're a stalker, then even better, because I've always wanted a stalker.
You're not a celebrity, okay?
Not yet. Okay.
So, to wrap up all of those, what we suggest is to have an accountability partner. So someone who can actually check up on you and make sure that you're on track, and someone that you can open up to. So Josh and I are actually writing all of our goals tomorrow. We're actually going out to a coffee shop, sitting down, going to talk about our goals, our goals individually, our goals together, our goals for the podcast. We really want to enter 2021 organized and, on track. We want to set the path so that we know how to tackle the year. Yeah.
And we can also maybe help out if you guys want to share with us what is your goal for next year. And we can even pair you up with someone who's on the same path. Like Janine and I, we have a mutual goal actually, which is about our health as usual. And our fitness goals and everything. So we keep each other on track and we keep each other in check. So if you want to share what you want to do for the next year, the coming year 2021, if there's someone who's also paired with you, like if your goal is to be financially stable, then we can pair you up, and you can maybe run by each other what your expenses are, anything like that. We can certainly just Tinder match you, but in a personal way,
in an accountability partner way.
Also, if you want to date, we can do that.
We can be matchmakers.
Yeah.
Auntie Sima.
Sima auntie.
Sima auntie. And lastly, what we want to say is that be kind to yourself and celebrate successes, no matter how small or how big it is.
Yeah.
So when you go through your year, or even if you look back into this year, so before going into next year, when you do a review of this year, if you've already set your goals, when you look at them, and you haven't achieved some of them, be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you might have achieved the bullet points to that bigger goal. Or you might have changed, your perspective on your whys and hows. So celebrate the successes. If you've lost half a pound, half a kg, or 5 kgs, be excited for each other as an accountability partner as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Celebrate successes and be kind to one another, guys. Yeah. Right?
I think when you start celebrating successes, also motivates you even further to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to reach 10,000 in my bank. maybe I can buy myself a new belt or something.
Yeah. Like, get that balance, guys. Like, don't be too kind to yourself and be like, oh, it's okay. You haven't achieved this. It's okay. It's okay. And keep telling yourself it's okay. No. Sometimes it's okay to miss a workout, miss a week of workout, but try to take back your accountability cap on and be like, no, I've missed a week, but on Sunday, I'm going to make sure that I step into that gym because I've been paying for it for a month now and I haven't stepped foot into the gym.
Or have a certain rule, like I cannot skip more than 2 consecutive days of workout.
Yes.
So like if I didn't go today, I have to make sure that I, no matter what, go tomorrow, no matter if you're hungover, no matter if you are lazy or you didn't get enough sleep. Try to just keep yourself accountable, at least to yourself. Even if you cannot find a partner, still try to be good to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should be accountable to yourself.
Yeah, and then a partner.
And a partner.
And then to us.
Yeah. So speaking of being kind, you guys can be kind to us as well and show your love and support by subscribing to our podcast channels, sending us a DM through our Instagram account, which is at Half a Nice Day Podcast. You can send us an email at halfanicedayshow@gmail.com. You can send us a question or any advice that you need from us if you deem that we can answer that, guys.
We definitely can.
Or
For sure.
can't. We have a handy advice form. We have the link in the bio. We also in the bio of our Instagram. Wow, this is not as good as my last one. That was like perfect. And also the link of the show notes. The show notes and the YouTube description. Wow, there's so many platforms now. And on that note, since we're on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you get notified whenever we release a video. And this is already our second one, guys. You can also rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. So show us some love. Be kind to yourself and be kind to us.
Exactly.
Because that helps us
Tell your
a
friends
lot.
about us.
Yeah. Share to your friends and your family and to whoever you think may need our advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. And on that note,
Have a nice day. You went a little bit off tune on that.
I know, man. I'm really tired.
Yeah. It's 11:20 p.m.
Past my bedtime.
Oh.
Sleep early. Maybe that can be your goal next year, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. We love you.
We like you as a friend.
Bye.
Bye.